Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pitching Ninja Show. As usual, I am Pitching Ninja. Before we get into this, let's hit the subscribe button, guys. We need to drive up subscribers because I deserve it. Like, don't I? I don't know. Is that begging? That's kind of crappy. Anyway, I am here as always with my buddy, the legend, the awfully smiley today, Will Leahy. What is up, Will? You're smiling, and it wasn't necessarily a good weekend for the Red Sox.
No, Ninja, it really wasn't. It was absolutely atrocious, actually. We're kind of bailed out by the fact that we're playing two putrid teams to end the season. But I'm not even so sure about our postseason hopes at this point. Getting swept at Fenway by the Yankees, first time in a 3-game series in the last 6 or 7 years. Getting absolutely abused by the artist formerly known as Mike Stanton at the end of September is just not the outcome Red Sox Nation was looking for. And we screwed ourselves. Vasquez needs to catch that ball, but we weren't helped out by Joe West, which, you know, I'm not blaming the M's here, but
I mean, there were a couple calls. Like, he's terrible. I don't know what to say. Like, he blew a call. Chapman threw a pitch kind of pretty much down the middle and he missed. And
that was hilarious. Just an absolutely perfect pitch. I'll give it a ball.
He had no excuse too. He wasn't blocked at all. He just like Sanchez a little off to the side, giving him a clear view at the pitch, and he was just like, F you, I'm not calling this strike. I don't care.
So I wanted to touch on some things you said in the inaugural Pitching Ninja episode. You had some preseason predictions. Kind of wanted to go over them and over how they ended up playing out, because I think you actually did pretty good, Ninja. So the first one were some honorable mentions. You said look out for the White Sox.
Would we go back and do it if I didn't do well?
No chance.
No.
The first one was White Sox bullpen being something to watch out for. I'd say that has worked out pretty well. Better or worse than you expected, Ninja?
Probably stat-wise, they could be a little better, but I think the addition of Kimbrel, although he slumped a little bit, Kimbrel's going to do that. Every reliever is going to do that. That's life. I think in some respects better. I think Liam Hendricks has been insane, and I think people need to know how insane that dude is, both mentally and stat-wise and just dominance. But yeah, I mean, I love that bullpen, the depth there. I would give that a, I mean, I think that was pretty good.
Kopech is a filthy guy to watch. And also, we forgot, Kimbrel wasn't even on the team when you made that prediction.
That's right.
So
they had Cody Hoyer, who was really, who showed signs of being really good. He still shows flashes of it. Like, I like him, and I think he's gonna have a great career.
And two pitches you wanted to look out for specifically were Stroman's new split change and McCULLERS slider.
I nailed both of those. Like, sorry, but those, I had a little inside information, but I had seen them, and I nailed both of those. I think Stroman's split change is one of the reasons why he's been so successful this year. That and his insane competitiveness and quest to be perfect. And McCULLERS slider may be his best pitch. So I thought that coming into the season. I still think that. So I kind of nailed that. I'm giving myself 100% on that.
The number 5 thing you had is DeGrom going to keep improving? And
he did till he broke.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was too good and his body couldn't handle it.
We would not be debating the Cy Young Award if DeGrom didn't get hurt. That's how good he is. He is the best pitcher in the major leagues. He's the most dominant pitcher in the major leagues. He's been that way for several years. He's won my most dominant pitcher of the year award, I think, every year except every year in the last few years. I think Cole won one of those when Cole had his insane year for the Astros. Yeah, I thought last year is the most dominant pitcher. So yeah, like, he's awesome. He is kept improving, but sometimes when you operate at that much of an elite level, the littlest thing throws you off and your body breaks. And you know, I know this firsthand because sometimes doing these shows, like, I feel like I'm redlining it. And like, my voice kind of gives out a little bit. Like, I leave everything on the chair when I'm doing these shows.
No, it was a gutsy performance by you all season long.
Did I miss a show?
Not a single one. It's insane. Next one is rise of energetic hitters such as Tatis, Acuna, and Soto. Now, I got to say credit there, too. I mean, Tatis, potential MVP. He got the monster contract this year and has really lived up to it, aside from the Padres themselves. Soto started off slow, and as we just discussed, the other MVP candidate. And then Acuna would also be an MVP candidate had he not gotten brutally injured. So spot on, Ninja.
Yeah, that wasn't really going that much out on a limb because both, I mean, I think coming into the season, they were all really good.
No, and the reason I'll give you credit here is he didn't really go out on a limb on this one. However, had it not been for Acuna getting hurt, I think those guys might have been 3 of the top 4 MVP candidates. So they all specifically did well.
You can't not give me credit for it, even though it was a layup.
Well, the next 2 are not layups because number 3 is just General Jordan Hicks, which I'm sure he would have been awesome, but...
Yeah, I will not give myself credit for that because he did not pitch very much. Now, I am still looking forward to him coming back, but yeah, that's unfortunate. He's a great talent.
The number 2 thing to look out for, according to PitchingNinja preseason, was Dodgers versus Padres.
I mean, Padres kind of faded.
It started off awesome. There were some great battles at the beginning of the season, and then the Padres just fell off a cliff for some reason. I mean, you know, their starting pitching, you know, had some issues there, but that's probably the biggest disappointment of the season, just in general, right? I mean, Tatis was great. They even got Frazier, just a fun all-around, sexy team, basically, who just kind of sucked at the end.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I mean, I think having a healthy Dinelson Lamet in the rotation would have been really good. But yeah, like I do not give myself credit on that. I was much more excited about it than I am now. So,
Well, and the number 1 thing then was the greatest show on dirt, Shohei Ohtani, which I think we can say that was a pretty good prediction, Ninja.
Yeah, and I want to just reserve these comments for all the haters out there that at the beginning of the season, and there were a lot of them, that said Shohei shouldn't pitch. Shohei should just focus on hitting. He's not that good a pitcher. He shouldn't focus on pitching. Well, to those people, eat it. Shohei Ohtani is a stud pitcher, and I knew that coming into the season. I actually think I was a little bit more of an outlier on that one. I knew he was great, actually back in 2014 and 15 in Japan, and God bless that dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, I got to give you credit there because it was actually kind of going out on a limb before, you know, this.
Yeah, now it looks easy, right? Like
he's been in the league for a while, so it wasn't. Well, not, I mean, not a while. It's a couple years, but saying he's the number 1 thing to look out for. And Ninja, I got a patch on the back there. And Ninja, now on to your favorite part of the show, where we start talking a little bit about hitting and rewarding some of MLB's best hitting performances of the week. So first, we're starting off with Kyle Schwarber, second runner-up long dong of the week for his dual dongs against the Mets again. In his last 5 games against the Metropolitans, he's got 9 jacks. Hopefully the Sox actually make a run in September, and the champ himself, Schwarbies, can contribute a lot. Next, we have the King of Canada, Joey Votto, also with dual dongs. This Siamese set of slammers came yesterday, and Votto's second one was 464. As you can see here, blasted. But the long dong of the week goes to Luke Raley for this pitch missile. Look at the launch angle, perfect. Everything about this is tremendous. Luke got called up. I think he's already been sent back down. He's not hitting his weight this year, but in the short time he's up on the reigning champs, he hits one of the longest dongs of the year. So congrats to him. Hope you're back soon, and maybe you even make the playoff roster and win a ring, because you deserve it for hitting one enormous home run.
And now, PitchingNinja's Top 10 Filthiest Pitchers of the Week.
At number 10, we have Max Fried's beautiful curveball. I mean, there are a few pitchers that have as pretty a curveball as Max Fried, and he has been on fire. He's been the Braves ace like he should be. But this curveball is absolutely gorgeous and is my number 10 pitch of the week. At number 9, we have Dick Mountain dropping down to give Wong 69. Absolutely filthy pitch. I believe this moved 21 inches, at 21 inches of break. And when you drop down like that, it actually even moves more because of the trajectory of the pitch. And this is an absolute filthy pitch. And anytime you can work in Dick Mountain, 69, and Wong in one sentence, you can't pass it up. At number 8, we have Shane Boz's barrel locking curveball. Shane Boz is just a unique talent. Dude looks like he's throwing the easiest 98, 99 you will see. I thought this curveball was awesome. His slider is a filthy, filthy pitch. I even saw some changeups from him. Keep your eye on Shane Boz because he is a talented pitcher. At number 7, we have Anthony Goz's 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. He's such a great story. I mean, you have a former position player that is now on the bump throwing absolute gas, and he has my number 7 spot. At number 6, you have Shohei Ohtani's 93-mile-an-hour splitter. Yes, this is a 93-mile-an-hour splitter that absolutely falls off the table. When you compare this with his 100-mile-an-hour fastball, it's got like 14 inches additional sink on it. Absolutely filthy pitch. There are not a lot of pitchers that throw 93-mile-an-hour splitters. This thing is unhittable. At number 5, we have Corbin Burns's cutters and curveballs. I don't know if anybody's looked, and I talk about Corbin Burns's cutter all the time, but his curveball is actually his best performing pitch, maybe because he throws a lot more cutters, but his curveball is filthy in and of itself. And one of the reasons why Burns is a finalist for the Cy Young Award, it may very well win it. At number 4, we have Clay Holmes's wicked two-seamers. Holmes had this 99-mile-an-hour two-seamer that just looks like it's fake. He went from, toiling, that nobody ever heard of him, to now like almost a household name among baseball fans, and has really picked up the Yankees bullpen. Like he is a stud. Fun watching him pitch, unique movement on his pitches, and the number 4 pitch of the week. At number 3, we have that freak, Brewster Gratterall, with his 102-mile-an-hour sinkers and ridiculous 95, 96-mile-an-hour cutters that move like sliders. Like the addition of a cutter for Brewster Gratterall is just not fair for anybody. Like he shouldn't be allowed to have that pitch, so we might take it back. Even as pitching ninja, like you can't have all those tools. It's just not fair. At number 2, we have Chris Sale and his literal back foot slider. I love pitches like this. Chris Sale is, his slider is in the pantheon of filthiest pitches, maybe in Major League history. Just a unique pitch. And anytime you can hit somebody on a pitch they swing at, well, that's insane. And at number 1, we have Charlie Morton's curveball, his Bohemian Rhapsody curveball, because mama, he just killed a man. This is a filthy, filthy pitch. Morton has been disgusting all year. Another bright spot in the Braves rotation. Has the most swings and misses on his curveball over the last 3 years, over the last 2 years, and over the last 1 year. And also, he, I believe, has the highest spin rate of any starter on his curveball. And this curveball specifically, this very well could be a finalist for Pitch of the Year. It certainly will win Curveball of the Year, which Morton has won 2 other times. It probably will not win Sword of the Year. No, it definitely will not win Sword of the Year because Sword of the Year been locked up since June. We got Miguel Castro absolutely destroying Marte on maybe the Sword of the Century. Nobody's going to beat that unless the hitter spontaneously combusts at the plate. But this Morton curveball absolutely deserves a number 1 spot, as filthy as it gets. Good job, Charlie F. and Morton.
So Ninja, saw Devin Williams, the airbender himself, rocking some pretty special cleats the other day. What'd you think of these? How'd they come about?
So I knew they were happening, and they were all Devin's idea. Like he has his own logo and decided to put the Pitching Ninja logo on his cleats, which is insane. Like I can't tell you how much I love stuff like that. I mean, you have both Robbie Ray and Corbin Burns rocking Pitching Ninja shirts too, which is awesome. Like to have Cy Young guys, and maybe the reason why Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer won't win is because they have but yeah, like I thought it's so sick. Like I love stuff like that. And in case you haven't noticed, like my performance gear, I may or may not be having a bunch of performance gear launched relatively soon. That could be pretty awesome. Little preview. Just saying.
Yeah, I noticed that Ninja looking pretty fresh over there.
It's been another great week of the Pitching Ninja Show. Until next time, I'm going to K-strut on out of here. Keep throwing flames.
Strike three!